Today's video is going to be on the Proslide XT Lawnmower Sulky. This is the video for you if you are a Proslide owner, Proslide user, or thinking about purchasing a Proslide for your commercial walk-behind mower. If you are unfamiliar with the Proslide XT, it is a platform style sulky for a walk-behind lawnmower. It is recommended to be used with a 48-inch deck or larger and a mower that has hydraulic drive. My hydros are down here, under here, but as long as your mower doesn't have the belt drive, then you should be good to go. That is not to say that if you have a 36, a 32, or a belt drive mower that you cannot use a Proslide, but you may have a couple issues. If you have a smaller deck, the front of the deck may want to lift up off the ground when you take off from a dead stop or when you're going up a slight incline. The answer to that would to be add weight out here to your caster wheel area. My thought would be get some ankle weights and wrap them right around these bars right here. That would get a nice little amount of weight, maybe 5, 7.5, 10, 15 pounds out here as far out in front as possible, would counterbalance the weight of the operator standing on the Proslide in the back. The issue with a belt drive mower is the belts could possibly slip. If your transmission is not strong enough to move the mower with the additional weight of the operator standing on the Proslide, the belts could slip and then you're not going to be able to use the Proslide because your mower's not going to go anywhere when you're trying to mow. So it works very similar to a wheeled sulky. Pretty sure everyone in the lawn mowing business knows about one wheel and two wheel sulkies. They have been around for a long time, you know, they get the job done, but they come with a lot of downfalls and safety concerns and stuff like this. So let's break down why I consider the Proslide XT to be the best lawnmower sulky available on the market today. In my opinion, there is nothing better. Honestly, I stand behind this product. It is our best selling product. We sell hundreds of these every single year. People will buy, 6 at a time. Large companies buy 6 Proslides at a time. They just bought a new fleet of mowers. They need to deck them out with Proslides and everything to make them more efficient for their crews. They buy a bunch of Proslides from us. We also have packs of replacement parts. If you do have a bunch of Proslides, you can look at our Proslide packs where we put together multiple wear plates and gas springs and torsion springs and everything like that. Let's go to mounting. If you need to mount your Proslide XT, it's very similar to mounting any other kind of sulky. Your mower may have holes or you may need to drill holes. So the Proslide uses 4-inch on center hole spacing, and it just bolts through the area under where your engine sits on your mower where any sulky would attach. So if your mower came with the drills pre-drilled, with the holes pre-drilled, you're good to go. If not, you just simply need to drill out those holes, and that's that. You ideally want this in the center. Do not use the bracket here. The bracket is, the holes are not centered in this bracket, but you want the center of the holes in the center of your mower. That'll place the Proslide in the center of your machine. You'll be centered behind the controls on your mower. That's what you're going for. So if you see this piece right here, it's actually called the backing plate. It's a little hard to see here, but the mounting bracket is here, the backing plate is here. Technically the backing plate should be behind. Honestly, I've never personally installed a backing plate. Billy installed this on this mower and he put the backing plate in front. Gets about a 1/4 inch or so additional, distance between the controls and the person standing on the Proslide. If you need a 1/4 inch, it can help you out. But the Proslide itself is everything here. This, these black arms, the diamond plate, the wear plate on the bottom, and it is connected with this connector pin, which slides through the mounting bracket and locks in with a normal cotter pin. The trick to installing it is to make sure that your lift arm assembly, this piece right here, has a little lip on it. You want to make sure that little lip catches the bottom side of your bracket. That keeps everything lined up. If you own a Hustler Trim Star or a Big Dog Hike or any other mower that uses a what do you call this, a diagonal, a slanted mounting area, this piece right here is not perpendicular to the ground, it's at an angle. You'll need to get the adapter, which will correct the angle that the Proslide rests at in the up transport position right here. This happens automatically when you get off the Proslide, it retracts up. One of the major benefits over wheeled sulkies. So if you have a Hustler Trim Star or a Big Dog Hike, you will simply take this lift arm assembly that comes standard on the unit and swap it out for the adapter. To do so, you remove this nut right here, pull the piece off, swap it out, put the nut back on, and you're good to go. It's really that simple. As far as replacement parts on your Proslide, stuff like this, look at this. I do not use what's called the stop bar assembly on my Proslide. I literally take it off before I install the Proslide on the mower. In my experience, this piece only causes retraction issues. It's hands down the number one reason people contact me and say, hey, my Proslide's not retracting, and 9 times out of 10 it is because this piece has got off center, it's pinching down in here, and the Proslide won't retract. So yeah, I take that piece off, I don't worry about it, never have an issue with that. Over time, gas springs are going to lose compression. There's another gas spring in between these two pieces right here. These torsion springs have these little metal arms on them. Over time, those little metal arms will snap and you'll need to replace. You're never going to replace both these torsion springs at the one time. You just need to replace whichever one broke. Even when they get nice and rusted up, they can still last for years. So I never recommend replacing these until the arms break. The other part that should be replaced as needed is the wear plate. The wear plate should not go on concrete. These are scuffs from hitting, rocks, pebbles, roots, whatever, while I'm mowing turf. Whenever I come to blacktop or concrete, I simply step off the Proslide and, get back on as soon as I get back on turf. I've been doing it so long, I don't feel it slows me down in the least bit. It's very natural to me. It's just how I do it. I do it without thinking at this point. If you replace your wear plate soon enough, your diamond plate will last forever. I never replace diamond plate because it's actually called the deck plate, but it's diamond plate, so easy to remember it that way. I've personally never had to replace the diamond plate because I will always replace my wear plate before it starts wearing into the diamond plate. If you keep your wear plate on turf, it is going to last for seriously 5 to 7 years, and I am talking daily mowing, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's going to last 5 to 7 years. If you're a homeowner, it's going to last you your lifetime. Okay, so that's the gist of it. A couple things: if you have a Proslide that is getting old, this brass piece right here, it's either called the center pin or the center joint pin. I get them confused. On my website I have dimensions on them so you can tell them apart. One's longer than the other, but they're essentially just brass bars that run through. Their rotating parts are rotating on them. Where the contact occurs, these posts will wear down in the middle, so they're this diameter. Where it wears, it'll get down to this diameter, and you'll start getting a lot of side-to-side play and stuff like this in your Proslide, and you will want to replace those posts. Other than that, there's some bushings in some of these that you may need to replace the bushings if they're getting all wore out and stuff like that. But like I said, I would recommend just taking this piece off, never replacing this piece, and that's it. Like, I mean, I've owned Proslides for 10 years and stuff like this. Like, if you are using it properly and treating it with respect, if you will, the only thing you will ever need to replace is this, these guys, the gas springs, and then after seriously a ton of use, you'll need to replace the little posts, and that's really it. So compared to replacing bearings, bushings, wheel assemblies, tires, and all that on a wheeled sulky, the cost of ownership is about the same. We now sell wheeled sulkies. We sell parts for Velky sulkies. We sell parts for Mower sulkies. We sell parts for all different types of sulkies. So I can honestly tell you that, you know, people that own wheeled sulkies are spending just as much as a cost of ownership expense as people that own Proslides, because we literally sell the parts and we sell a lot of both. So I know that for a fact. We sell way more Proslides than we do wheeled sulkies, but we do sell about the same amount of parts for each. So I have a lot of data on that from my own information. The last thing I want to do is kind of do a little quick demonstration of how to get on and off the Proslide, just to make that perfectly clear. So I will fire up the mower and show you how to properly get on and off of it. Real quick, you do not need the actuator spring if you remove the stop bar. That's the piece I put on the screen right now, just so you know. Okay, so to get on the Proslide, you're not moving. You put your foot on it, get the Proslide on the ground, and then use your mower controls to extend the mower out. The Proslide will extend back, and then you're just mowing, you know what I mean? So, okay, now we're getting ready to get off. What I like to do, so I stir my feet up after I get both on. When I get off, I push forward a little bit, I lift my heel off, and then I raise my foot up. I don't let it slap up against the mower. I simply, you know, extend out, okay, and then I guide it back towards the mower, lift my heel up, and guide it up. And when I'm doing that in real time, it is very quick and fluid. It's a little awkward I'm doing it on the blacktop right there, but I think you get the idea. Now, if your Proslide gets stuck somewhere down here on the ground, maybe this piece is just flopping down here like this. Maybe the arm and everything extended out here. Maybe it slid under your mower. There's a number of things that can potentially happen, and the Proslide can get jacked up and get stuck, not retracting properly. So if it gets up under your mower, the protocol here is step on your plate here, use your mower and drive forward, keeping the Proslide where it is. Pull it all the way back, and then it's probably gonna be stuck back here. And what you're gonna need to do, what I like to do, is I simply get my boot, not my Jordans, and I wedge the bottom of my boot up under here, and I keep my knee rigid, and I keep my foot rigid, and I just lift up until it pops back up. And it sounds like you broke something, but I promise, done it a bunch of times. I mean, I have thousands of hours mowing on Proslide, so I have ran into issues where it doesn't retract. Doesn't happen often, but when it does and that happens, it sounds like you break it every time you fix it. If it's hanging down like this, that is because one of these arms broke off your torsion springs, and you need to replace whichever torsion spring has a broken arm. If it's dangling down here, something like this, I mean, the first thing to do is check, make sure this is not the problem. You'll be able to notice that this is pinched. It'll be off center, and it'll be pinching up in here. That's gonna be your problem if that's what's going on. But if, you know, the stop bar assembly is not the problem, your torsion springs have these little guys on them, have their little arms on them, then it's gonna be a gas spring. These gas springs, once you pop them off, what I like to do to test them is just put them straight into the ground and try to compress them. It should take a ton of force to compress these gas shocks. I am 200 pounds, I'm a strong guy. I seriously have to like put my whole body weight and force into it to compress a Proslide shock. So if yours compresses with anything less than about every bit of force you can put on it, then it's blown, okay? And then you just need to replace it, put the new ones on. Gas shocks will always come with little ball studs. If your ball stud is under here, which, you know, is this under this housing here, it's right there actually. If your ball stud is not round anymore, replace your ball stud. It comes with the gas shocks. If your ball stud is still round, there's really no need to replace it at that point. And that's it. So If you need to make a repair, I already have a video called Everything You Need to Know About the Proslide XT, where I literally go through every repair you need to make. I also have some other videos where I cover repairs. I showed some videos where I get on and off the Proslide a bunch of times, so you kind of see that in action. But that's the gist of it. This is the Proslide XT. I think it's the best thing you can put behind your mower, and I'll quickly run through those reasons and we'll wrap this video up. One, this plate right here literally acts as a striping kit. So instead of getting a one wheel dark stripe or a two wheel dark stripe down the middle of your mowing stripe, you just get one big dark stripe and it looks so much better. It's spreading out the PSI, pounds per square inch, that the user is exerting on the ground. So instead of going down to that one wheel, for example, it's getting spread out over this whole platform. It's not compacting the turf nearly as much, the soil. So it's better in that capacity. It takes up less trailer space. It's lighter, cost of ownership's the same. When you are not using the sulky, you can walk freely behind your mower as if no sulky was attached. You're not, you don't have the sulky, wheeled sulky down here doing this deal. So, you're mowing in a hill, say you're mowing on a hill with a fence and you get down to that corner and you're in a tight spot. Maybe it's a little wet and the mower slips and now you are stuck and you have this wheeled sulky dangling around there, like, it's no good. So this, you simply step off your Proslide and then it's like you don't have a sulky on your mower and you can get it out of a tough situation much easier. What else is there? I know I'm forgetting some stuff. So no flat tires. You don't have to worry about a flat tire. No bearings to grease, nothing like that. There's no like ongoing maintenance. It's just fix. There's no preventative maintenance. It's just fix anything that breaks. And everything is actually covered. Minus like user error and negligence and stuff like this. All the components are covered for 1 year. Not the wear plate. If you're driving on concrete the whole time, you're going to wear that down really quick and that's not going to be covered by warranty. But yeah, so that's a quick overview where I just wanted to kind of run through everything you need to know if you own a Proslide, cover issues with it getting stuck, cover the replacement parts, the mounting, all that kind of stuff. We've just sold a ton of them and I know a lot of the new users have questions and stuff like that. So I'm kind of making this video to try to help everybody out and hopefully put this in front of some people that maybe aren't familiar with this. I mean, when I was mowing lawns professionally, the other crews would stop and be like, hey man, what are you guys sliding around on behind that mower, man? What is that? That thing's cool, blah, blah, blah. We have to tell them what it is. Then they have no idea and then they gotta go Google it and whatnot. So it is what it is. It works with, just about every commercial walk behind mower that has hydro drive and a 48-inch deck. Could possibly work with your mower if it's belt drive or smaller than a 48-inch deck. If you are trying to attempt to use it with a belt drive, from just feedback I've got from people who have tried it and returned them because it didn't work, seems like 170 pounds is about the cutoff. If the person standing on the Proslide is under 170 pounds, the belt drive transmission can probably just handle it just fine. If it's over, if the user's over 170 pounds, that's when the belts start to slip. So hopefully that'll help you out if you're wondering if you can put it on your belt drive. But yeah, that's that. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and until the next video, you already know, keep making money.